Hey everybody, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 17. I almost said American Truck Simulator. Why would you say that, Will? I don't know, man. It's been a long week. It's Tuesday and it's been a long week already. Farming Simulator 17, and we are on Gwenddwr V2. It is the 5th day of summer. Let's bring you up to speed on what's going on. I know we're kind of bouncing all over the map, so to speak, with a lot of different sims going on at once now, and so there's a longer gap between sims. Let me know how it's working out for you. I'm enjoying it, but, you know, I'm doing this for you. What works for you is what works for me. For the most part. For the most part, right. So field 3 and 4. Zoom in here. We did get our corn in. We did that on the first day of summer. And then when we look at, let me back out of this, when we look here on seasons, so that was the first day of summer. That was over here somewhere. But we can't harvest our barley and our canola until the 5th day of summer. So I did skip ahead. That's where we are now. So if we look at our map, our barley in field 40 and field 21, this is up now. And then all of our canola, and I believe it's, yeah, this is all canola in all of these fields. Now, when these fields were all soybeans, we got about 100 grand for these. That's how we got out of debt. I believe we could get about the same amount for canola if we wait until the price is right, until we wait till it's like 1,600, 1,700 euro per ton, per 1,000 liters. But instead, we're going to take a lot of this over to our pig food mixer. Our animals are doing okay. They are right here. I just fed and watered them. That's what we're doing down at the pig farm. We are making pigs. We started with 25, I think, and we're up to 31. So we are making pigs, and our sheep are making wool. And when we did that wool sale a few episodes back, we got like 40,000 or 60,000. It's a small map with a couple of small farms, but we are making decent money. And when we get into cows, I think we're going to make even more money still. So that's what's going on. Today, this is what we need to do. All right, there we go. I thought I had to hop out of the tractor, but we're already out of the tractor. So this is the only trailer we have right now, and it still has several thousand liters of pig food in it. Can't use this, so I think we need to buy a combine harvester today to start on our barley. And I think we need to buy another trailer. I think we do. So that's what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is go to the bank. We have no loan. So let us borrow, come back. Let us borrow, how much? Let's say 100,000. We'll go 150,000 because we can always pay back what we don't use. 150,000. Then we're going to go to the store. I'm going to go over here to harvesters. And I think we want from the Modern Classics. Is it the Modern Classics? Yep, Modern Classics. I think we're going to go with the TX34. I thought about, where is it? I thought about this guy right here. Too expensive, and the header is too big. If we go with the TX34, it's got the header that can fit through gates without, there we go, without a trailer. And you know how much I hate header trailers. And also, there's no traffic on this map, so we have that going for us as well, right? Very simple. Now, what we may do is lease a different combine harvester for our corn. We'll buy that as well. There we are. We can lease a different combine harvester for our corn because I don't think the TX34 takes a corn header. It may not. Now, we need to go over here, and we need something to put our barley and our canola in. I don't know. How do you feel about a Stewart? I wouldn't mind getting something that we can put everything in. We can put silage in this as well. You want to do this one? Let's do this one. Simple body, grain body, simple body, grain body, grain body. Let's do it. We're going to buy that. There we are. And I think, yep, I think that's good for right now. We've got 30 grand. I'll pay some of that back to the bank. In fact, let's do it right now. Let's just get it over with. We'll pay back. Let's take it down to 125,000. So we could, if we wanted to, we could sell all of our canola and pay for most of, if not all of that. I think that the amount of pigs that we have, our head count at the moment, versus the amount of food we have over at the pig mixer, the pig food mixer, versus the amount of pig food that we could make with just a little bit of our canola and a little bit of our barley that we're going to harvest and sell the rest. right? I think we'd be okay. I don't think we're going to run out of pig food. And even if we did, we've got the big bag mod, so we could just buy a little bit to get us through till next year. But I feel like, I don't know. It's like when we have the option of being able to pay off our loan anytime we want. It just makes me feel so much better. You know, it gives me a peaceful feeling. And so we don't necessarily have to pay it off, but we know that we could pay it off. So I think that's going to be kind of the middle ground right now, is we could sell this canola to pay off the loan, but instead we're going to use it for pig food. Or at least, well, as much of it as we can. I don't know what the capacity of the pig food mixer is. It could be that if we fill it, right, we'll still have plenty of canola left over to sell. I don't know. We'll just play it by ear. But in the meantime, we are making money. And that is the important thing. Now this barley, we bought the fields after they were already dark green on the map, not dark green in real life, not like with the naked eye. There's our corn over there on the right, by the way. Beautiful. They were already at a stage where they could not be fertilized anymore. So I don't think they've been fertilized at all, and I don't think they've been plowed. So we'll get a 100% yield on our barley versus the 200% that we typically get for crops that we plant ourselves, right? Because we're all about plowing and adding in that first, second, and third layer of fert. So get this spun around here. We'll get this hooked up. We'll take this over first, and then we'll come back and get our little combine harvester. So the yield for the barley isn't going to be great. The nice thing is we have no plan to sell it at all. We'll sell the canola if we want to, but there's no reason to sell barley. You don't get very much for it, and I feel like the best value we could get would be to save it for pig food, and so that's what we're going to do. Right through here. Beautiful. So, yep, that is the general plan, and then in 4 days, as soon as our corn is ready, we will most likely lease a slightly bigger combine harvester with a corn header on it. The corn headers fold so we can get those through gates. That's how much I hate header trailers, is I'm willing to do almost anything to avoid using one. But the corn headers, at least the smaller ones, do fold small enough to get through a gate. And we'll do the same thing with that corn. We'll do the same thing with at least one of those cornfields. We'll take it down to the pig food mixer. The other one, we may use a trailed forage harvester and just take that right out the gate and right over to the BGA. So we'll have to decide. We'll see what kind of yield we get from it, because since that's our field that we planted, it is triple fertilized and plowed. TBD, but today we're going to focus on barley, and we also need to figure out what to do with our, carefully, I'm going to take this down here off the road, get it turned around, and pull it up to a place that's convenient to take it over to that field when we need to empty the combine harvester the first time. So we've got two fields with barley in them. One of them is flatter, but it's smaller. The other one has kind of a grade to it. So I think what we want to do is just blow chaff on the field with the grade, and then we want to make a straw swath on the field that is nearly flat, so we don't have to chase round bales all over the place. And we'll lease a round baler and make some straw bales. We'll use those for the pigs, and also when we get the dairy going, we'll have those as well. So I guess we want to make like 24 bales, I think would be about right. 12 each, and that will last us at least a season, probably longer. All right, so we're going to park this up right about here, and it's right across the highway. Engine off, set the brake, hop down here, and because we don't teleport, we're going to run down to the combine harvester and then come back up and get started on these fields. What do you want to do? Let's do the little one first. The one on right now it's on our right. Let's do that one first. I mean, it's smaller. Looking down in the corner there, field 21 it's smaller than field 40, but it's not small. And where is gate? Where is the gate? Is it down here? Hope so. Yep, there it is. Maybe? Yeah, there it is. Right on. All right. So we'll get that open. And yeah, it's pretty flat. It's certainly flatter than that one, right? Especially that upper half of it. So this way we won't be chasing round bales. And I feel like we can't afford, and we don't have the horsepower for a square baler at the moment anyway. Even if we're leasing. No point paying twice as much. So, and I'm trying to think what else is going on. Yeah, it's about time to get the dairy open. Now in FS17, Seasons has, it's a little bit more restrictive about milk production, is it not? I feel like in 17, as soon as you get cows, they start making milk. Or do they? Does Seasons for 17 make you wait 1 full year until they calve in the spring? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, so we'll get this thing picked up, and let me see what side. This is the front, so we need to back up here somehow. Okay. No problem. And there's one narrow spot in the lane that we have to get through, but I think we'll be okay. And this thing is, yeah, it does not have, we're running the AdBlue DEF mod, but this thing, I believe, predates DEF, so we don't need to turn it on or add it or anything. I don't even think it will allow it to be added. There we go. Yeah, the way Black Panther Group has that mod set up, I don't think it will, I don't think you can activate it on non-AdBlue vehicles unless you go in and kind of edit things in the XML. All right. Right through here. I miss traffic. I do like seeing some things moving around. Save game on a map. That's one of my, I wouldn't say it's a complaint, but that's I guess a thing for me in SnowRunner. It's a really good looking game. I think it's really easy on the eyes, but it's just so kind of, I don't know, gets you in the feels a little bit. It's sort of mournful, sort of lonely being in SnowRunner. I like seeing things moving around. It's one of the things that I liked about, I always forget, was it Bjornholm or Nordholm? It was a map for 15, a base map for 15, and it had some things moving around down near the sea. It had a circus going on. It just felt like it had a little bit more life to it, a little bit more animated. I like that in a video game. All right, so we'll go right down here, and this is nice. The map maker set it up so the lane does kind of widen out here. We can swing the tail over and get through this gate. Maybe. Oh, beautiful. All right, so we will open this thing like so. And I think, well, let's bump the cruise control down a little bit. Where do we want to be? About right there. Yep. And we are disable straw swath. So we are making straw. Okay. Here we go. And I think you saw the jump there. I think our header may have been a little bit close to the gate post. And I've got the cruise control on 5, but we're going 6, sir. There we go. It's a little better. Yeah, this is not a small field. It's a small map, and all the fields, I guess, sort of feel small compared to Western Shore, where we spent all that time earlier this year. So it's smaller, but it's not exactly small. Yeah, we'll get some good yield out of this. What did we get? 120,000 liters from all these fields for soybean. Now, these aren't fertilized, so what, we'll get half that for canola? Oh, we'll find out. All right, so we go here, lift that. here. And we'll also, yeah, I don't know if we want to open the dairy next or bring our corn in next. Unknown. I guess what I need to find out is, will our cows make milk this year, or will they not make milk till next spring? If that's the case, then let's buy them late winter, and that way we're not feeding them before they're making us any money. All right? Try to be smart about that. All right, so good right there. And I always wonder, what would the technique be in real life? Because we've got straw swath we're going to have it at the end of our rows, more or less. In real life, would you go ahead and bale that up now to get it out of the way so you're not driving back and forth across it, or does it not matter if there's a little, incidental contact with your rows? Because if we're going to do that, we would probably, I guess, hop in the Fiat and go rent a round baler and get some of this baled up now. There's no rain. Forecast disappeared. Is it that? Well, no, it is supposed to rain. It looks like tomorrow, but not today. So what we can do is, yeah, maybe we will do that. Maybe we'll do a couple passes and then go lease a round baler and get these couple rows baled up so we're not driving over them, and then continue bringing the rest of this field in. And wow, then we've got that great big field across the highway with a little tiny header. However, we won't be baling that. We won't be making a row, so we can skip all that mess and just concentrating. And just sort of do whatever we want as far as lengths. We won't need to worry about whether or not we're driving back and forth over a row. All right. So we're just about done here. What are we at on time? 17 minutes? Let's do this. Let's make one more headland, empty this thing, and then at the beginning of the next episode, we'll go lease our baler. We'll do a little bit of baling, and then we'll get back to harvesting. I don't know. I'm just playing it by ear, man. I just make it up as I go. I have no idea what I'm doing. That seems to work out best. All right. And we're at, one headland looks like about a third of a tank. Okay, so we won't be nearly full, but we can still empty when we get done with this next headland. I feel sometimes like the things that I take very, very seriously as a sim farmer are things that real farmers don't worry about at all. And then the things that I either don't know about or don't pay a lot of attention to are the things that in real life you would be very, very serious about. Does that make sense? Did I say that right? Yeah, I think I did. I don't know if we're ever going to have a really realistic farming simulator. I think a lot of sim gaming, we may think of it as being realistic, but it's really not. And if it was, it would be so slow that it would be kind of boring. I think we want our realistic sim gaming to only seem realistic. Doesn't necessarily have to be realistic. Turn around here. There we go. And I know the soybean fields that we brought in last season in-game, last year in-game, and it was a few months ago in real life. I know that took hours and hours. We had a pretty small header for that as well. So I'm curious, because as soon as we're done, I'll do it off camera, but as soon as we're done with the barley, then we need to get into the canola and get all that brought in, and that is going to take a minute. And we have to haul it all the way across the map to the pig food mixer. All right. There's that realism thing, right? All right. Here. Here, I said. There we go. So what I can do is, and again, this will be next episode, but we'll get those headlands baled, and then we'll see if we can maybe put this on a smart worker and just have it do smart lengths, and we'll run the cart from here back and forth to the pig food mixer. In a perfect world, the time that it takes us to make a round trip is the time that it takes the tank to fill. And we can just come back, service the harvester, and then take off again. Doesn't always work out that way, but ideally that's what we're after. And I can remember in 15 and in 17 getting course play working just right, getting it into just the right rhythm where you could have one or sometimes two trailers servicing a combine harvester, just making trips, and everything would, I don't know, it would all just work out. But I feel like the maps got a lot more complex, and it made having course play drive those kind of trips, it made it, if not impossible, made it a lot more tricky to set up. I feel like as the game has gotten more, I don't know, as we've added more and more things to it, course play has really kind of struggled to keep up with us. It's still a great mod. Course play is still a great mod. I'm amazed that it works at all, but I feel like it doesn't do as much as it used to do. Or it can't do as much as it used to do. Maybe that's a better way to say it. But when you can get everything working, it is very, very cool. All right, so I'm going to, let me see, how do we want to do this? When we pull in this gate here, because we're going to be coming from the farm side, I feel like we can't, let's do this. So I'm going to back right up here, about like so, right? We want lights off. We want the pipe out. There we go. I'll find a key combo. We want the pipe out. We're going to leave this thing running. But we will turn that off. And then we're going to run around the corner here, grab the MB track, and empty that thing out. I think what we're going to have to do is when we come back into the field, because we can't make that turn, we're going to need to just drive around the headland and pull up under the pipe on the other side, I think. All right, where's our driveway? There it is. It's a little further than I thought. Yeah, these fields, they're only small in comparison to what we're used to from other maps, but I think as standalone fields, they're kind of medium-sized. They're not as small as you'd think. All right, back into the MB track. Right in here. Fire up. Brake is off. Here we go. What were we using? A couple episodes ago, we had what? A Krampa? What was the trailer we were using? I can't remember, but I'm wondering now if it was not converted to MR. Because I know this Stewart is, and it seems like the tractor handles a lot better. The least trailer that we were using was just skating all over the place. This one feels like it's really planted. All right. Kind of slip right through there. And then let's get between these. There we go. And we'll just head all the way around. And that, yeah, we'll be just about right on time as well. That'll be hopefully about 30 minutes. All right, through there. And we will, yeah, we've got a combine mod running, and I believe when we get to the pipe, we're going to have to hop in the New Holland and unload manually. I always forget to swap that over. And I think it resets anyway, even if in a save game you switch it over to automatic, the next time you load that game in, it'll be defaulted back to manual. All right, so go right up here. And let's cross over this one carefully. There we are. Sit brake. You can turn this off for the moment. Right up here, and we want R. Yep, we sure do. All right. There you have it. I'm going to hop out here, and this might be... Where's the sun? Yeah, this might be a good screenshot. Sure enough. There you have it. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17. This is Gwenddwr. We'll see you next time. Take care now.